What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Pope Show, and today we are going to be working on my tractor again. So we left with me destroying the connecting rod threads, and so I went to the hardware store and I got a bigger bolt, one size bigger bolt. That way I can run another thread, another tap through it and get a little bit bigger threads. Well, actually, it's the same threads, fine threads. But I did that, and I did that off camera just because it was embarrassing and sensitive, and I didn't want to mess it up again and have to show you guys. So I just did it off camera. I got it all fixed. It works fine now. Now it's actually torqued down to the right pounds instead of 200. And I'm sure I'm going to get a bunch of crap. I'm sure, yeah. I'm sure there's a lot of people there calling me idiot, saying 200 pounds, that should have just sounded wrong. I told you I don't use torque wrenches. That's like the third time I've ever used it. I just usually torque it down to whatever. I'm kind of one of those guys, but call me what you want. Whatever. I'm human. Enough about that. That was last week. We're moving on. I'm going to start with the steering today because have you seen the very first one that I brought this tractor with? I kind of fixed it, but it still was kind of sloppy, and whenever I tried pulling it up here, the steering just went out completely in it. So I want to start with that first. While I got the engine out, it just makes it so much easier because I can lift the front end up, and it's just a lot easier. And the only thing I worry about going back to the grade A bolt is if it'll stretch. I don't know if I'll have to break the motor apart again and retighten them. I don't know. If anybody knows that, I guess just leave a comment if I'll have to tear it back apart and tighten it again after, it heats up and so much time. I don't think the oil is going to mess with it. That's why I got a grade A bolt, because I just didn't want it to be weak and stretch out. So I just tried getting grade A, and plus they're like stupid cheap. So just wanted the grade A. But enough about the bolt. Like I said, just leave a comment. Let's just get into it. Let's get started. Okay guys, so here is the steering component, steering box. Now this arm should be moving this way and that way horizontally, and that pushes my steering rod. So I'm gonna go ahead and twist the steering wheel and see what happens. And nothing. Oh crap. Let's try this again. Well, it looks like it's moving a little bit. It still is very loose though. Need to figure out what's going on here. Let's take this sucker off. I think we have to take the steering box off, which I don't know how it disconnects from this. Ah! Oh my gosh! Oh god! Oh, what the heck? Jeez, we didn't weld this thing's on. Oh my god, the bar. Too long. Ah. Oh, Jesus Christ. Woo. Oh, it's terrifying now. Will this help? No. Will this help? Maybe. Oh my gosh. Let me show you guys how much room I do not have. Okay guys, so here is the steering box. Sorry about the light, but it's on the ceiling. I can't do anything about it. And here's these two bolts I'm trying to fight to get. And then I got about everything in the world in the way. Got this shaft in the way, that shaft in the way. Get in there, so I can't get my impact in there. And I can only ratchet like a tiny bit every time. I'll just get back with you guys when I'm done in an hour. Oh, alright, let's take this crap off. Oh! Hey, I'm a retard! Yay! Well, I figure what's holding it on. A nut. Thank God I can do that. Just if anyone's curious, it takes a 24 millimeter to get that socket. Ugh. Wait for a second. Come off, pretty girl. Put some Jesus juice on there. Come on, baby. Are you kidding me? Oh, there went my battery. God damn. Why do you hate me today? My life sucks. What is this crap, man? Well, anyone ever want to see inside of a Milwaukee battery? And not spend like $80 on a battery? Yeah, it's brand new. Yay! It doesn't work. Okay, there has to be something holding this thing on. What the? Okay, a puller doesn't do it, but me hitting it with a hammer. Not sure, I'll just push the shaft down and pull everything right out. Yay! Okay guys, so this is what we're gonna be looking at. Why there's, yeah, that shouldn't be there. A whole lot of slop. Whole lots. So something is really loose in there. Let's get some wrenches and figure it out. Alright, tear this apart. Takes a 24 millimeter wrench. Let's see what we got going on. Yeah. Grease in there. If you guys remember from the first episode of this, that's that makeshift thingamabob I made that rides in these grooves. And that's what makes it go up and down. See, I don't think this should be here, because that makes a lot of slop. So I think I'm going to try taking that out. Crap. Now someone please answer me why they didn't put a nut on this. Why can't this be a nut? It'd be so much easier. Okay, so I made a fancy tool for it. One of a kind, very limited. Took me hours to make. It's awesome. Bam! Fits in that groove. Let's see if... Hey! There we go. Look at that. Oh, screw you. Oh. I really hate this nut. So annoying. Okay, let's see what the insides. There's the shaft. So we got a washer. Oh, it's a bearing. Ugh. I found one ball in that bearing. Okay. Now it looks like there should be a bearing right here that it rides on. So here's the outer. Yeah, then it'd have a bearing right there. And I believe the bearing would ride in here. I think that's where my slop is coming from. So there's no bearing in there. Looks like there's more pieces of my bearing. Oh yeah. It's never good when your bearing comes out in chunks. I found another one of my balls. Oh, all kinds of balls in here. And metal debris. Holy cow. This thing just disintegrated. Just balls all over the place in there. Poor bearings. I think that's all the crap out of here though, so I can just clean it up now. Alrighty guys, gotta clean up as good as I'm gonna do. I'm not the meticulous person to clean every little groove in here because like I said, it's gonna be a tractor, it's just gonna be used. So I was just trying to clean most of the gunk off and I got it. This one was pretty bad. I mean, there was metal shavings in here and I actually had to chip some of them off. They were engrooved in there so bad. And of course this, you know, whatever. But I'm definitely gonna have to get a rebuild kit for this. Because the rebuild kit, you know, will have gaskets and I'll actually have the right shaft on there, so it's not my fancy attempt at it, which I think it turned out pretty well. But still, if everything's already, if all the bearings are already shot on this, I might just buy a rebuild kit because I'm pretty sure that there's a bearing that rides on here and then there will be a bearing that rides on here, so that way this would be a lot more sturdy and won't have so much of that slop that I'm having right now. So unfortunately, this is gonna have to go on the part order list. And if I can find a picture, I'll go ahead and put it up there so you guys can see how it actually kind of goes together. Alright guys, so we're going to put that to the side until I can order some parts for it. And then we are going to go ahead and put this oil pan back on. Like I said in the beginning, these are the grade A bolts that I put in there. New lock nut washers on there. So I think it's going to be fine. We'll go ahead and test it. And this should fix the compression problem. Because like I said before, there was a gap right here. And so it wasn't going up and down at the right times for the valves. So I think that's what our problem was. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that oil pan back on. I'm not going to tighten it too tight this time because I don't want to pull another Mr. Pope. Alrighty. Oh, and if you can tell, I found something. Let's see if I can fix it. Oh, Jesus. Oh. Ah! Don't fall. Okay. I found the carburetor. Whenever I ended the episode, I went and looked for this again because I know it was getting close to starting up, and it was in the seat of the tractor. It just flips up and I put the carburetor there so I wouldn't lose it. Another blonde moment. But alright, let's go ahead and throw this puppy back on. Thing's heavy. I guess before I get too crazy, I probably should put the engine bolts on the bottom. There's so much room right here. Not. I'd bring the camera down here, but I can't even fit my hands in here. So you guys would just see orange gloves. That's it. Quite pointless. Because they put the engine bolt right above this whatever arm, steering I-beam, whatever thingy. Steering column. So I can barely fit my fingers in there. Finally. Got them on. Engine's on.
Your heart break.
this sucker out. Alright guys, so I went back and checked the footage of me taking this out, and sure enough, I crossed the wires on the starter. Which that's the nice thing about videotaping everything. All you gotta do is just go back in your recording and then you can see where you messed up. Alrighty. Contact. Son of a diddly. What the hell? Oh, it's hitting something. What the heck is it hitting? Well, I messed up something. Ah! Okay, well, I've been sitting there banging on, or not banging on it, but making it to make that noise. And I even tried filling the bottom of the oil pan to see if it's that oil slinger hitting the bottom of the oil pan. But I don't feel it, but I'm going to take the head off and see if the piston's all the way down while it's doing it. That's the only thing I can think of. And I checked the clutch and the drive shaft, like nothing's hitting. I don't know. The only thing I think of is the piston hitting the bottom of the oil pan. Take the head off. Oh, thank God. I was hoping it wasn't the piston because I didn't want to take this whole thing out. But it's at its highest point, so there's no way it's hitting. What is that? Well, I am at a loss for words. Okay, well, I pulled the motor back out. It sucks. It is in the engine. So it must be that stupid oil splasher doodad hitting the oil pan. I don't know how. I gotta drain the brand new oil and tear apart again. What the heck? Are you kidding me? Oh my God. Oh man. Well, it is my mess up. After all. Such a dumb mistake. It's kind of hard to get in there, but if you can see it, the bottom of the jug is chipped. Like, see, that's the top one. It's not chipped. That one is chipped. Like I said, it's really hard to see. The reason for that is because that bolt that I put in the connecting rod goes all the way through. Oh, there you go. And it's too long, and it's hitting up there against that wall. And it already broke one piece of the jug, so I need to back it out and cut it off. Such a dumb mistake. I should have tried that before I put it all together, but I was just, yeah. Okay, so this is the original bolt that went in the connecting rod, and this is the one I bought. If you can see, that is the difference in the length, and that's how much is messing me up. That sucks. So stupid. Cut a little bit shorter just in case, because I don't want to do this crap again. Alright, let's try it again. Alright, so this time before we take it in, let's try it out. Hey, look at that! Sweet! Now I just get to do everything over again. I'm not crying. Alright, got everything back together. Got the oil back in there. Just put some Jesus juice in there. Come on. This thing is going to run. It is going to run. Say it with me. It is going to run. Please. Please. Then I already went ahead and mounted the ignition switch so that way it can quit being hanky. Alright, that's 2. Ready to cross our fingers and put a spark plug wire on. Idiot. Here we go. Come on. Wow. My battery's not strong enough. Well, son of a diddly. Alright guys, so I got it outside and I got the van running. I'm gonna try hooking to that. Maybe then I can get enough cranking amps to see if we can get something going here. Okay, took the spark plug out. It's getting sparked, but the gap was really small, so I opened it up a little bit and got a little bit stronger spark. So let's try, see if that works. Well, I guess check the compression again. Darn it. Still only getting about 76, 78. Oh, poop on a stick. Okay guys, so I'm back from cleaning up all the tools, tractor, put it inside, parked it. Because my worst fear, I'm gonna have to order a piston. And there's no way around it. I just have to bite the bullet, order the piston. So now I have to order a piston. I gotta order a rebuild kit for the steering column. The biggest thing I'm scared about is I gotta tell my wife. And as soon as I tell my wife, it's either gonna be, well, guess you're gonna scrap the tractor, or, all right, we're gonna order the parts, but it might be a while. So I guess you guys will find out what the answer is next week in the next episode. Hopefully I still have the tractor, which I should, but yeah, might have to start another project. Alright guys, enough of me rambling on. I can do it all day. I will see you guys next week. Don't forget, leave a like, subscribe. Peace! Come on, push with it. Yeah.